What's up, YouTube? Anyway, so like I said, I was going to put a motor on the front of this rat wagon. So what I've got so far is I have this motor that I pulled out of a weed eater, and wasn't an old one. It was just a regular standard weed eater. And so what I've done so far is basically modified it a bed frame, piece of bed rail, like I use for all of them, and drilled it, cut it out so that the flywheel still turns on this. And what I'm getting ready to do is I drilled that hole there, and I drilled one in the front of the frame so I can mount this on there. And basically what I'm going to do is mount it basically so the shaft sticks out on the left side, and so basically if it was to turn, it would basically turn the wheels. But obviously this isn't going to run or turn the wheels, it's just going to be there for show. So I'm getting ready to mount that in there. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put an exhaust pipe coming out there, possibly like a header style. So that's where I'm at with it so far. Okay, digging through my nut and bolt stash. Of course, I was able to find something. Nice bolt with a built-in washer, star washer underneath, and of course, because it is like that, it is metric, so I'm sorry for whoever decides to buy this. It does have metric parts on it, but this is what works the best. So I should be putting 2 bolts on this, but you know what? It's going to hold together because it's just for a wagon. So if anybody ever wants to hook up gasoline to it and actually power this thing, then you can be the one that mounts the motor a little bit better. There we go. Okay, well, the nut's 13mm, and the bolt itself is probably 1/2 inch, or 12mm, which means a 1/2 inch will work. Nope, smaller than that. It is 12. Alright, so note to self, I got a 13mm nut and a 12mm bolt. There we go. Solid as can be. Sweet. You can actually feel compression if you hold your fingers over the holes while you spin it. But okay, so here's where I'm at so far. Now this is just a heater core out of my car, but I thought that would make kind of a cool radiator on some wagon build, maybe. Might have to cut it down a little bit, but for right now that's probably going to go on something else, especially since the little motor is air-cooled, obviously. So, what I was looking at is I'm trying... Oh, let me show you first. The spark plug that came on it was this guy right here. So, not too bad. However, I had this boot on it, and it didn't really look as old school as I want it to be. Now I'm thinking, if you think like the old flatheads and things like that, I believe it was, they had the basically the spark plug wires just kind of clipped on the top. So what I did is I have these Bosch plugs right here, and the end of it threads on. So I screwed it down in there, and sure enough it fits. However, it was a little long, so the piston was hit top dead center, so I had to cut the little electrode off. But it doesn't matter anyway, but I wanted the motor to still be able to do a full revolution. So then I took a regular solderless connector right there and just spray painted it copper, so then I can put that on there, thread that piece down on there, and it'll kind of clip on like the old school ones do. So hopefully that should look pretty cool. Another thing that I'm working on is the exhaust Wasn't sure if I was going to put exhaust on it, but I got this piece of chrome tube, and I've already got the plate cut to go right there on the exhaust, basically the manifold flange where it mounts to the motor. But trying to get this guy to turn, because I'd like to have it come out and kind of wrap around and then cut it at an angle, but I'm trying to bend that. My small tubing bender does not fit that diameter of pipe. I think it's 5/8 or bigger. So I'm still trying to think, unless I turn the motor 45 degrees, cut this at a 45-degree angle, and just have it kind of angle off at the side, just keep it straight. I could do that, but that means redoing the mount down here, which probably wouldn't be as hard as trying to bend that piece of pipe. So, but also what I'm looking at is if I come off at a 45-degree angle, I'm not going to be able to get that bolt threaded in. So, I'll probably still have to bend it unless I have it just come straight out. I'm not sure. I guess I could cut it at an angle. I don't know. Probably next time you'll see this, it'll have some sort of something put on there. So, I don't know. I'll keep thinking about it. Time to ponder. Probably have some dinner. Well, here we go. So, not exactly what I envisioned. I wanted the chrome pipe to kind of wrap around for the exhaust, but I couldn't get it to bend, so this is what we got so far. It's bolted in, welded on, so I don't know if I like it. Just something about an exhaust that kind of sticks forward. It's kind of weird looking. So I got a little bit of an angle to it, but I don't know. Might just end up leaving it like that. So, well, that's pretty much it for now. I think it'll probably end up going up for sale like this, unless I can come up with some other way to wrap that exhaust around. But then again, I might run into issues of hitting the tire too, so might be the way it has to go. So, anyway, well, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching.